Hey, what's up? Richard Bryce here. Today, I want to show you a few simple things that you can add into your warm-up that are going to help you to cut down on the number of unforced errors you make. Now, when most people warm up, they think about warming their muscles up and they warm their cardiovascular system up, and that's a great idea. You definitely want to do that. But what most people don't think about warming up is their visual system. And that's a big mistake, because everything that you do on court is based on how well you can see and how well your visual system is functioning. So if you're heading out to play, if you've been at work all day, you've been looking at a computer screen all day, there is a very good chance that your visual system isn't quite ready to allow you to perform at maybe the level you want. So spending a minute, 2 minutes warming your visual system up before you step out on court can go a long way to helping you cut down on the number of unforced errors. So I'm going to show you a few simple drills. Hopefully you find this video helpful. If you do, be awesome if you give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Okay, so the first drill we're going to go for is going to be an eye circle. An eye circle is really simple. You're just going to be making the shape of a circle and then you're going to be tracking it with your eyes. So the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to hold my arm out in front like so. I'm going to look at my thumb and then I'm going to make half the circle with one hand, change over and make half the circle with the other hand. And as I do this, I'm trying to keep my eyes focused on my thumbnail all the way through. Now, it might sound a little bit silly when I say this, but often when people start doing this, the thumb is moving in one direction and the eyes are looking at somewhere completely different. So I've done 3 circles in one direction. I'm now going to go back the other way. Also notice that I'm starting nice and small with this circle. Another mistake that people make is they make a really big circle and they cause themselves eye strain. That is not the plan. We're trying to warm our eyes up, not strain them. So keep it nice and small. And again, I'm going quite slowly. So that's drill number 1. That's going to warm up the 6 different muscles that help to move your eyes in different directions. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do some near-far switches. So I'm going to hold my thumb in close, I'm going to look at my thumb, and then I'm going to switch and I'm going to look at something in the distance. Now I'm going to switch and look at the camera lens because it's easier for the purpose of what I'm doing, but when you're doing it, I highly advise that you step out on court and look at something at the far end of the court, maybe like the number, because that's going to be more reflective of what happens in the match. So I'm going to look at my thumb, switch, look at the target in the distance, back to my thumb, and keep switching between the two. Now the key here is to enable them to come into full focus before you make the switch. So as I look at my thumb, it comes into focus pretty quickly for me, but you might find that it takes a second to come into focus. And then when you look in the distance, it takes a little bit of time. So you want to allow your system to adjust, and this is going to warm things up, and it's going to train the muscle that changes the shape of the lens, and it's going to train your brain to process distance vision more efficiently, which is obviously going to be important for reacting faster and anticipating on your next shot. So switching backwards and forwards, maybe 10, 20, 30 switches is a good number to go for, depending on how your body responds. The final drill that I want to show you, we're going to be looking at our thumb and turning our head while keeping our eyes focused on the target that we're looking at. So this is going to train the reflex that allows your eyes to stay looking at something when you move. So obviously this is an essential visual skill for your ability to track the ball and to play consistently and cut down on the number of unforced errors. So I've done left to right, I'm going to go up and down, and then I'm going to go for the different diagonals. Now for this, maybe 3 to 5 reps in each direction is going to be a good number, but it really depends how your body responds to it. Some people need a few more, some people need a few less, but again, the key there is going to be keeping your eyes locked on the thumb. So that's it, 3 simple drills. Obviously you've had to listen to me go through this, so it's taken a bit longer, but when you're doing that on your own, it's literally going to take 1-2 minutes, but if you add this in, it's going to make a huge difference and help you to cut down on the number of unforced errors. But one thing I want you to do in addition to this is you want to have the mindset of keeping your head still and watching the ball onto the strings. So we've obviously got to get our visual system working, but we also need that focus component as well. And the vast majority of times that people make unforced errors, it's just because they're lifting their head and they're not watching the ball onto the strings. So you've really got to consciously do that at the same time, and it's going to make a big difference. Now, this is just a small sample of some of the visual work you can do. I've created a free tennis vision starter program that's going to show you a few more drills and give you a little bit more information about training your visual system. Because like I said at the start, vision is one of the most important parts in tennis. Honestly, it's one of the biggest things that holds adult players back because they simply can't track the ball well enough or they can't judge distance well enough, so it throws their timing off. So that's why I've created this free tennis vision starter program to help you. I'll place a link down in the description and I'll place a link up there so you can go ahead, grab that free program, start working on it. Okay, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give me that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that. And the last thing, if you practice this, which I highly recommend that you do, you go away and you notice, okay, cool, I'm hitting the ball a little more cleanly after doing that in my warm-up. It'd be fantastic if you could come back and let me know. Firstly, I like to hear those things, but secondly, it lets other people know the benefits of this stuff. You know, there's not many coaches out there talking about vision and this kind of thing, so it's a little bit new, and because of that, some people are a little bit skeptical. So if you find that it works for you, it'd be great if you could let other people know, because my goal is to get as many of those free vision programs given out as possible, because I want to help as many people as possible. Okay, thanks a lot. See you next time.